Hello, one and all. We're back with episode 20 of Gilded Destinies here on Heroes and Hooligans. It is a Thursday night. We are ready to roll, and our party is hopefully ready to recover from the awful trauma I put them through last week of this new temporary home being attacked unexpectedly on a night that was supposed to just be about celebration and coming together. When we left off, the city of Revan had just been swarmed by multiple quivers of wyverns, taking damage to about a quarter of the buildings here in the city proper. Our party fought valiantly and was able to down almost all of the wyverns, but just between the four of them, with Fethric popping up just at the end and doing a very small amount of the work comparatively. They managed to defend the open air market, their tower, and most of the residential buildings, though the tavern and the mayor's hall have both taken heavy damage, as well as the granary for the town. Some complications may lie ahead, especially as a member of our party has abandoned the scene to rush off after a familiar yet not scent that leads off to the northeast. We're going to come back in with Reznor. You are rushing through the trees, you are injured, and there's something here and you know it. As you move, go ahead and give me another survival check.
Survival. 10.
10. The scent, you can tell that the scent is starting to become muddied. You have a general direction, but you don't think you can follow an exact trail anymore. You can tell it's stronger up ahead.
We'll probably keep running towards it.
All right.
Try and figure out where it's strongest and try and head that direction.
Cool. Go ahead and give me another save for your feral state, if you would. You will no longer be receiving Cocola's bonus.
Yep. So it would just be a straight 12.
Just a straight 12. I don't believe that saves.
And that would be a 19 for right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you continue with the only sound you're hearing, the crack of the trees as you move through them instead of around, and the thumping of your heartbeat. The-dum, the-dum. Your vision narrows and you continue to run. We'll move back into town now. Zen, you're on top of the tower butchering wyverns.
Yep.
I'm gonna say you think it'd probably take you about 5 minutes to get them all like prepped fully.
Okay. There were 8, right?
Yep. I'm sorry, it's 5 minutes each, to be clear.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as Jill's here helping, unless I guess if you wanted to go see if
Jill
someone could
had
help.
already left you and flown off of the edge of the tower across the
Okay.
room.
So yeah, I mean, that's what Zenlin will do. He'll spend 40 minutes or an hour or whatever
Okay, cool.
getting those.
Just wanted to check in so we weren't coming back to you every 5 seconds. Hey, do you want to do
Right.
something? Hey, do you want to do
Right,
something?
yeah, no, he'll be doing
and
this
feel free
when
to
people show up.
Feel free to react if anything happens for you. You do begin to hear those sounds of battle that you caught in the distance earlier die down, and you can still hear the sounds of people talking that you cannot make out what they are saying. So there's survivors for sure, at least. We'll go ahead and get Reznor off the map here, actually, since he is gone. Cola, you are here in the open air market across from a badly wounded Fetheric. He has 1 hit point.
Well, I don't have any healing abilities personally, but I don't think anyway. Let me make sure. I know I've got some spells, but I don't know. I don't think I have any healers.
So Coley, while you're taking a second there thinking about what you can do in this situation, he looks at you. There was another quiver. I saw them as I rushed over.
Another one? Where?
They're heading east towards the mayor's.
Out towards my grandfather's house?
I suppose that's the same direction, yes.
Oh, bye, Felicia. Fetheric, you're gonna be all right. Somebody will be here to fix you soon. And I'm out of here.
You'll send aid?
Yeah, I'll
And you
make
see
sure
him,
somebody
like
comes.
sort of limp over to one of the stalls that has some fabric and start to fashion himself like a sling. And do some basic medical care on himself. Fetheric's going to actually cast a Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
And just stay here and patch up for a second.
Yeah, if the mayor lives close to my grandfather, so I'm
the
headed
mayor's
that.
about a 30-minute straight line past your grandfather's.
Yeah, but my grandpa was leaving to go home not too long before the wyverns attacked.
Yes.
So
the mayor left with your grandfather to walk him home.
Yeah. I'm going to go find him.
That's the last you know of either of them.
Do you think, because my magic is sort of tied to the stone, that if I focused, distress into my magic, that if I was to shoot an Eldritch Blast off into the air, I could change the color of it?
I like it. It's really cool. I'm going to say DC 5 Arcana or Religion check. Just don't get in that one, I think, for you, correct?
Arcana or religion? Let's look here. My Arcana is probably better than my religion. Oh, they're the same. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you need a 3 or higher here.
Oh, there we go. We're gonna roll finally. Good.
All right, yeah. You're able to fire this Eldritch Blast up, and not only can you change the color, I'll let you have it like burst into a firework-like shape. Try to send a message.
Yeah, so I'll shoot it towards the tower where Jill and Zenlin both were. As I kind of
Okay.
run through, so I'll shoot it like off in this direction here.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Jill and Zenlin, no perception check required. You both see a burst of magic in the air. Coca-Cola, what do you want it to look like?
Probably if it's going to burst in like a fireworks like shape, it would be red, but in the shape of a bell, like a fireworks like bell. That way it kind of looked like a warning bell or a distress bell,
like an alarm
something
bell or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see a large red alarm bell flash into existence and rock back and forth a few times as it vanishes from sight.
Zen and Jill sees that, right?
Yeah, Zen and Jill. Reznor, give me a perception check with disadvantage. Just from how far away you are and how focused you are.
Righto. Probably gonna be that 4. Yep, 4.
All right, yeah, that's not going to catch it. All right. What else would you like to do, Coca-Cola? You're beginning to rush off, you said?
Yep, that's it. I'm gonna shoot off the like alarm flare sort of Eldritch Blast and take off towards the east, towards my grandfather and the mayor's.
And your max speed per round is 75, correct? At full sprint?
Yes.
Okay. All right. About 6 to 12 seconds later, Zen and Jill, you see Coca-Cola sprinting down the main thoroughway and across the bridge off towards her grandfather's. If you're keeping an eye out after that bell happened. If you just go right back to your work, I'm going to need a perception check from you then.
I think Zenlin probably went back to his work. He's decently spent and knows that there's not a ton he can add to a fight at this time.
I gotcha. Yeah. Then you make the choice to conserve the resources you have left and to gain some more. Jill, how do you react to that alarm bell popping up?
Yeah, Jill was collecting some of the venom from the dragon, and then she, let's see, with a passive perception of 15, would she?
Well, I think you began to help Zenlin at the end of our last session, then jumped off when you realized there was more attacking going on in the distance.
Okay.
If we look here, we have you left just across the river next to this sunken boat.
Okay. All right, then. Do you want me to roll perception?
So you currently have your steps of night.
Yes.
I think if you're not actively doing something else after that alarm bell, you got your eyes open, you catch Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Like you see her coming, running.
And
you can even see her running up like towards the bridge.
All right. right. Yeah. So with steps of the night, let's go ahead and I would start flying towards her direction and try and figure out
Yeah.
where the hell she's going.
So I'll say with your flight, you and Coca-Cola meet right on the others, right after she crosses the bridge. Right here.
Okay. Hey, Coca-Cola, what's going on, man?
Well, I was at the open air market with Fetherick when he said that there was another a quiver headed towards the mayor's house, and the mayor's not far from grandfather's, and they left right before the attack. So I want to go check and make sure that they're okay. Not so much the mayor. I don't give a shit about him, but my grandfather.
I get it. I get it, man. He's your grandfather. All right. Let's see. Jillian's gonna use her. She's gonna use her eyes of night and
Okay.
slap
Hell yeah.
Coca-Cola
what's that
on the
do?
back. That gives up to 5 living creatures within 10 feet of you dark vision up to 300 feet for an hour. And I
Hell
can't do
yeah.
it again until I have a long rest. So that should benefit us.
Yeah, for travel, it'll be a little more helpful to see in ahead and such, because it's late now, because it was evening when the attack started happening. It was like 9. We met at 9. No, it was at 8 or 9 that the thing started, and then we had the formal opening and such. So probably it's probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock, depending on how fast everything went, or so on. So that'll be helpful because it's dark. Yeah, let's run. Let's hold hands and tra la 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 all the way there, but like in a emergent sense.
I'll say that with you both being with Jill being small, you are able to pull her along for the little bit that your speed outpaces hers, and she's able to use her flight to help you get over some obstacles. So you're going to be making this in like a third of the time you normally would.
Good.
So you get to your grandfather's house, or to the outskirts of the apiary property, in 10 minutes. And you do not see any damage to the property.
Okay, so I'll keep going.
You see that there are some candles lit inside on your 20 passive as well.
Okay, so the house is good. And the candles are lit inside. So, all right, I guess I should care a little bit about the mayor, and I'll check on grandfather on the way back through then. If I see the candles and stuff and nothing looks, distressed or whatever.
Yeah. Do you want do you want to make an active perception, since it is your grandfather, to see if you can get anything more than you got with your passive?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
No, nothing more than my passive told me. I only got a 16.
Okay. Yeah. Last thing I'll give you on your passive is that you can hear people talking further down the path towards the mayor's house. Maybe not quite all there, but further down the path at least.
Yeah, so I'll just continue on and pulling Jill along with me.
Yeah. So you take that, what would normally be a last half hour, but you, again, cut down to 10 minutes of travel. And on your way, about 7 minutes into the run to the mayor's house, you come across a group of workers from the Iron Gut Meadery, who you saw rush out when the alarm sounded earlier.
then I will stop and check on them and see how they are and if they, made it to the quiver, where it landed, so on and so forth.
It was at the mayor's house. Fortunately, we got there in time to help him out. But a couple of casualties.
Casualties.
Aye. The good
Who
mayor's
was it?
wife
Oh.
Who?
and one of our own. Good old Oric.
Oric, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
God's rest his soul.
Is Oric somebody that we know or have met before?
You would know who Oric is in passing. He's worked for your grandfather for a very long time. He was a vet. Recently is a veteran of the last war, of the Great War.
Is he a dwarf or a gnome?
A dwarf. He served at the very beginning of the last war, and he served in the last 5 years of it as well. Got called up for a draft again after doing his first round of service.
All right. Well, I'll pat him on the shoulders.
Like
Tell
nobody
him.
really liked him while he was alive, but he was a good guy. Just bad personality.
Well, I mean, he's a veteran. He probably had some PTSD, which made him difficult to deal with. Wars are hard on people, and it makes good people have struggles for the rest of their life. So I would assume it probably has something to do with that, because it changes your whole personality, sense of self, and so on. And I'll continue on to the mayor's with Jillian. Jillian's a cleric, so we might be able to do something for last rites for the wife. And then I'd like to get Oric's bones, take him to my grandfather's, to the stone garden, and commit him to the stone there for helping kind of save the town.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you would know that there's no. I'll also say you would know there's no one else left to claim Oric's bones. There's no family. So you are perfectly within your rights as basically the head dwarf clan of the region to posthumously adopt him.
Yep. That's what I'll do.
Yeah. So you make your way those last few minutes of travel to the mayor's house. Are you still rushing full speed, or are you just sort of walking?
Yeah, I think about as fast as we can get there, because I think Jillian might have some fancy cleric magic that might be able to help the wife if we can get there fast enough.
Okay.
If not,
Cool.
then.
That's true.
All right. So you come up to the mayor's house, and you can see that it has sustained much more damage than the buildings in Revan, even the worst of them, but the same type, where these wyverns were dripping venom and acid on it, and the creation itself was rotting away. There are not, the pillars aren't falling or anything. They're just not there anymore.
Okay.
And you can see the house has crumpled in on itself from the loss of its supports, and pinned down at the waist, upper body hanging out of the house, covered in blood, with a stab wound in her side from you would assume a wyvern's sting, is the mayor's wife, Lady Brightfoot.
Jill,
You see clinging to her body is the mayor, racked with wretched sobs. He appears to only have minor injuries. It seems like
Okay.
most of his injuries were sustained getting out of the building as it fell.
Okay. So Jill and I'll take Jill over. We'll go over to where the mayor and the wife is. And I'll just kind of give Jill a sort of pleading look, like asking her to do what she can. And I'll take the mayor kind of in a hug, like the nicest I've ever been to him, because even I can understand grief, whether I like somebody or not, and kind of, usher him back from the body some to give Jill all the space that she needs to work, and just offer him reassurance. And if he will go out, I do not want to force him and cause him more trauma, but if he'll let me corral him away, then I will.
Is there anything you say to him, or are you just kind of trying to guide him physically?
Something along the lines of, maybe Jillian can help. Let's give her some space to let her work. I know it's hard, but just a few more moments.
Yeah, Jill will ask, like, how long has it been since she was injured and stopped moving? And she's going to check her out and try to figure out, is she am I going to be able to revive her, or has she passed on?
No, you can tell immediately she's not making death saves. She's full dead. You see that there is one other of the Iron Gut workers here, and he appears to be trying to dig his friend or his co-worker Oric out of the rubble. And there's the mayor. So if you would like to make a medicine check to try to assess the body and see how long it's been, or if you want to ask one of them, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
I'll
ask them
you
how
would
long it's
know
been.
that you were told. You would know you were told they were dead 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. All right. I will. Let's see. 3 minutes ago, I will do a medicine check just to verify that she's beyond revivify. What did it? A 19 for a medicine check to see if revivify is even going to work on her.
On a 19, she is beyond revivify. You've grown stronger in your magics since your healings in the bottom of Sharn, in the Undercity. You feel within yourself that the blessings you've been granted by and through the host would be capable of resurrecting her. Do you have Raise Dead prepared?
I don't. Darn it.
Okay.
My touchpad went to my computer. I'm trying to get my sheet open.
Jill, I'm going to set a precedent here for our campaign. I will allow you to attempt to cast a spell that you do not have prepared. There is going to be a cost to you no matter what. You are going to be able to make, depending on the success of a knowledge religion check, which I will let you make an advantage, you can mitigate that cost somewhat. So you need a DC 10 knowledge religion to cast the spell right now, even though you don't have it prepared. For every 5 above that, you will mitigate the backlash to yourself by some degree.
You got advantage, he said. Roll it again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, heavens.
I love it when the dice tell my story.
Yeah, one louder. I got it one louder. She's gonna start praying to herself, as in the world, so are the gods, as in the gods, so is. She's just praying. But
Yeah, and as you repeat this prayer and look at this, there is no god of death in the sovereign host. No, they left long ago.
yeah.
And you know who these gods are. You're taught of them as the enemy and foe, the opposite of the sovereign host, where the sovereign host is everything. These gods have chosen to be nothingness. They oppose all that is what you have been taught.
Mhm.
Are you willing to
She
reach
is-
beyond your teaching? Are you willing to reach beyond your teachings in this moment?
She doesn't worship the Dark Five. I don't think that she would do that. She would say it's beyond my ability.
All right. And as you try to push this spell that is not yours on Wild Night out of yourself to help this woman, a whisper. Doesn't it upset you? Don't you want things to be better? Aren't you angry? And the spell fizzles out as Jillian chooses to lean on what she has been taught and what she knows. And that whisper fades away. You see Coca-Cola from the outside of this. You see for just a moment a single breath from the corpse before it falls still again and begins to bleed anew from its wounds. Go ahead and burn a 5th level spell slot for me, Jill. And make a medicine check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Coca-Cola, do you speak up about this to Jill at all?
I think I would probably.
I will remind you, you're currently consulting and corralling the mayor.
Yeah, I think I would say, well, he probably speaks Dwarven because he's around a bunch of dwarves, so it really wouldn't do me any good to say it to her in a different language. But I don't think I would because I trust Jillian as a healer.
We've already established that Jill can pick up on your thieves' cant from your friendship as children.
Okay, yeah, so I'll make hand signs at her.
Okay.
Something along the lines that whatever you're doing is working. I saw a breath.
Yeah. What's that medicine check, Jill?
Oh, both of them were 18s. You said with disadvantage, so yeah, 18.
Oh, cool. Both of them are 18s. Your DC was 15. Awesome. She's no longer been dead for 10 minutes. She's been dead for about 6 seconds.
Revivify.
Oh, okay.
Now you can revive.
Yes, all right, she is going to cast Revivify at 4th. Let's see if I can scroll down.
You can cast it at 3rd level.
Okay. All right, she touches her and she's praying and and casts Revivify.
Awesome. And just to let you guys know something, I don't remember if I've told you this before. You can assume you have diamonds as long as you have wealth to match them and burn it from your party gold.
Okay, so I'll take it from our inventory.
I'm not going to make you go jewelry shopping every other session.
That's fair.
You're in Eberron. Everybody can, almost everywhere you stop is going to have somebody who can sell you arcane components for that.
Yeah, I'll burn it from our party money.
Cool. Jill, you grasp this diamond in your hands. Say your prayer. And through the powers you've known your whole life, bring her back to hers. As she... Oh no! No! Jeffrey! And she reaches out for her husband.
I'll let him go and then try to kind of start lifting the debris off of her, so just enough we could slide her out.
Very good call. She was going to be making a save against the debris every turn she's pinned under it. So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Yes, I'm good at those. There's your 2. Happy Christmas.
Thank you. No, you're just... It's heavy and splintered in so many ways that there's not a good place to get a grip and lift is your real problem.
I'll holler at
to try to do something else to clear it away?
Well, I do have magic stones, which I could probably blast some of it away, but I don't want to hurt her any more than she already probably could be under here. But there is other people around, right? Like the mayor's there, Jill is there, the other guy. So I'll say, like,
Jill, help. The other guy who you would know is Kivik.
Yeah, I'll say, help me. Like, let's get this off of her so we can get her out.
Yeah. So I'll actually allow you, actually no, on a 2, you're not going to be able to give Kivik the help action this turn for an athletics, but he will come over and immediately attempt one himself.
Okay.
Kivik does have a tool for this. He is using a shovel, which actually will give him advantage anyways. So he wedges the shovel in there and tries to push down. He has a +3 to this, and he only needs to hit a DC 10. So you need a 7 or higher on one of these. That's an 11 and a 17. Kivik levers in with his shovel and pushes up. You know that you'd be able to slide her out of here right now.
Yeah, I'll just do that, like help her scramble back out from under the debris and such.
You see that her legs are still, despite the restorative magic bringing her back to a hit point, completely crushed and useless.
Well, as long as we get her out, Jill can work her back from there.
I'm going to say Jill with that 18 medicine check. You know that either some form of restoration would be required here, or if you go with mundane treatment, this is an amputation scenario. You think possibly multiple restorations would be required here.
All right.
You should have it greater or lesser at least, right?
Yeah, I have lesser restoration. Let me see if I've got greater.
I do not believe you have greater restoration prepared today.
Yeah, she's going to cast lesser restoration and then just say, oh, this is what I can do for now. Cast that. She touches her and just is trying to be very gentle with her legs and get them as carefully as set as possible until she can do more work later, but just basically doing field medicine right now to just make sure her legs aren't damaged any more than they already are.
Yeah. So Coca-Cola pulls her out. You reach down and hit her with a lesser restoration. You can see the wounds on her legs close over. The damage is still there. They're not currently functional, but no more damage is occurring. There's not a chance like that they're going to get infected anymore or anything. Any of her wounds. And she is still screaming for her husband as he rushes over.
What's the other
Jeffrey,
guy's name?
He was after you. He was after you. The other guy is Kivik, the one who levered up the.
Okay, Kivik.
Mhm. And you see, she turns and looks at him. He's still here.
What? Where?
She needs milk of the poppy and some rest.
Do we see any wyverns? I mean, like as I look around, do I see any wyverns coming at us?
You do not see any wyverns. Coca-Cola, I need an active perception check from you at least. Jill, you can make one as well if you want.
Oops.
23.
Oh, I thought that was the B for a second, like the Nat 20B. But still, 23 is really good. And 19 is also really good. We'll go with Jill, what you notice first. Jill, you see that that Lady Brightfoot screamed, "He's still here," as she locked eyes with Kivik. You did see that she locked eyes with him, screamed that, and then looked back towards her husband. Coca-Cola. You see hidden, just peeking out from underneath the collar of his shirt. Kivik's got a tattoo.
What is it?
He's got a manticore. He's got a manticore sting.
My tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost shenanigans. Oh, interesting.
And you recall that Lady Brightfoot just said he was after you. Kivik locks eyes with you, Coca-Cola. And you can tell he is seeing you understand something. And you hear a whisper in the back of your mind. The mission needs completed. I'll keep you covered. I'm going to need just Jillian and Coca-Cola to roll initiative.
Oh, boy.
Those perception checks mean you will not be surprised this round.
$21 from me. I don't know if Shen's back yet.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we lost
will
her.
go ahead and cut here, actually, then over to Reznor for a second. And we'll get this started when we come back. It's a good cutting point anyways. Rez.
It's over.
You're running through the woods. This scent is growing stronger in the direction you're heading. Are you... Is Rez just continuing to chase this down?
Yeah, he's locked on this now.
Okay. I don't think there's a way for your party to conceivably catch up with you and stop you at this point. So we're just going to run this scene and skip ahead towards its finish point a bit. You rush through trees, rush through the forest, up and across the mountain for about honestly, you're not sure how much time has passed. Time's been really weird lately. It's been hard to tell. But you can tell you've run about 10 miles, maybe 20. And you come up to a break in the trees. Below you see an old fortress that appears to be heavily damaged and was once abandoned. However, now you can see that it is filled with all sorts of beings. Gnolls, shifters, orcs. Even a few who look like your friend Zenlin. All move around and look like they are preparing for something.
Have any?
And the scent is strongest right down there.
How far is it from me now?
You are about 100 feet from it. You're 100 feet from the first wall as the crow flies, and you're further up the mountain. Would you like to attempt to hide in the trees?
Yeah, I think he's going to take more of a predatory motion for this now, where he's going to kind of scope out the area.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
11.
11. Fortunately for you, at this distance, it was only a DC 10. Go ahead and give me 5 more saves against your feral state as well.
5 more.
As you watch a wyvern swoop down from the skies and land.
All right. Nat 20 for a 23 on my third check, or second check.
Cool. You're good. You have come back to yourself as you come up to this edge and not try to hide. You see one of the wyverns swoop down and land and begin to act docile.
Does this one look any bigger than the ones that were?
Same size.
Huh. Now that he's
Or no, actually, my correction. It looks like at that age, it was the same size. This one appears to be fully grown.
Okay.
Glanced over at my notes and remembered that the wyverns you fought last week were immature.
I was gonna say Resner will probably he's gonna look around and kind of gain his bearings since he wasn't fully in control of himself getting here. He's gonna do his best to remember exactly where it is.
Okay. I'm going to say that despite your feature from just rushing after this scent, you know you could follow your own path back and probably remember it that way. You also know that if anything realizes you are here, that leaves you heavily open to being jumped on the way back. If you want to try to figure out like where you are in another path to get back that would be a little more sneaky, I will need a survival check. I'll say advantage from your background feature.
Man, he's injured. He's not gonna. Now that he's back in control of himself, he knows he needs to back off. So he's gonna kind of lean against a tree because he's gonna start feeling all that adrenaline start to leave. But he's gonna carve his name into the tree, and then he's going to attempt to basically backtrack now, the exact way he can.
Okay. As you turn to leave, I'm going to need one more perception check from you as you carve your name and glance over at the keep one last time.
15.
You see her.
Fuck.
She's standing right here. And she's speaking to another shifter. Not a long tooth. At this distance, unshifted, you'd guess beast hide, but hard to tell with them not being shifted either.
Oh. I'm about to say he's gonna. Once he spots her, he's really gonna debate it, but he's not currently standing very, very greatly.
It also occurs to you, Reznor, that she's not the only other shifter here. There's a chance for you to blend into the crowd. Like, you see at least 8 other shifters milling about.
Am I close enough to tell what kind of shifters they are? I know I can't tell the one, but are any jumping out?
On that 15 perception, you see that there are a mix of many different tribes here. There are Longtooths, there are Beast Hides, there are Swift Striders. It appears that the majority are Longtooth. And you can see about half of them, half of the total, are wandering around shifted.
Oh, he doesn't have shift either anymore.
What was that?
Reznor doesn't have his shift anymore.
Okay. Well, hey, ending your feral state doesn't end your shift. It just gives you your brain back. You don't have to unshift if you don't want to.
With his
I just want you
injuries,
to know what your options are.
yeah, no. This is a tough one right now. He's gonna kind of put his hand to his side, or not his side, where he got stabbed by the wyvern. And above his marking, he's gonna slap the bloodstained hand, and then he's gonna turn and leave.
I'm going to tell you right now, you know that that is a sign of overt threat. Is that your intent? That is a get out of my territory before I kill you. You also know a shifter will eventually smell that blood and find it, probably before the day ends.
I'm going to, instead of just slapping it then, I'm going to leave a little mark of blood, and then below my marking, I'm going to write hers.
Hell yeah, I love it.
And then he's going to do his best to limp back.
All right,
Probably,
Rez.
of course.
So you are trying to find another path than the one you already made?
No, he's probably going to go back the path he made.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's bleeding, so he knows that trying to sneak around a bunch of shifters now probably isn't going to do very
Cool.
well.
I'm gonna need another stealth check from you as you move back.
15.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't get to roll this many d20s at once very often, so I think I'm going to do it with physical dice. It's the 15 you said?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to roll a check for every shifter that is shifted because they have a send feature. You need all of them to roll below an 11 on this. That's a 2. That's a 6. That's an 8. That's a 9. That's a natural 20.
Oh, one sniffed me up.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Who do you want the nat 20 to be?
Oh, her all the way.
100%. You begin to make your way back, and you've made your way probably about probably about 30 seconds of like your travel down the path. When you hear someone begin to climb straight up the mountainside after you, you hear the stone cracking beneath their hands as they make handholds with their claws. What do you do?
Reznor's going to keep walking.
Cool. Are you dashing or are you trying to remain hidden?
At this point, they know, so he's not going to be dashing away, but he's moving away. He's got no interest in the fight.
Just moving like here 40 around.
Yeah.
Okay. You get about halfway back to the city when you hear someone rushing up about maybe 100 feet behind you. And you hear her say, "Greyback, on the ground."
Reznor's gonna rage, but even though he's growing, he is not standing tall. He's not confident right now.
He's hunched over on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Reznor thinking about as he rages? What's he angry about in this moment? This isn't the usual protective rage we've seen from Reznor.
He's basically he's playing over in his mind the wars, the exterminations that she turned her back on, and all the people that have died since she left.
We've seen a lot of different types of abandonments in this campaign. I don't think we've seen one so profound as abandoning a whole people yet. As Reznor swells with rage, hunched over on himself, do you think that he's sure he's doing the right thing? That he's sure he's right to be mad?
He's not 100% sure, no.
Okay. Yeah, you swell to your full size. Do you turn to face her?
Yeah, he's going to turn and he's going to brace, but he's hunched a little bit.
You turn, you brace, and she leaps at you, claws outstretched, and tries to tackle you to the ground. I'm going to need an opposed athletics check. I'll let you know what you're trying to beat here. Oh, and actually, would you like to let everyone know who she is, quick, as she leaps at you? I don't think we've referred to her by anything other than pronouns.
No, it's always just been she. Let me.
Reznor has one woman in his life, and he hates her right now.
Yep, that's Roarin. Give me a second. Sorry, I don't have her last name for some reason. I know I have it down here somewhere. That is the first claw of the shifters.
Yeah. Former first
claw
of the shifters. Well, I guess still technically, she hasn't been replaced yet. But yes, this is Reznor's friend. This is Reznor's former friend, Roarin, first claw of the shifters, who has abandoned her people for years now. You need to beat a 20, by the way, on that athletics check.
20.
Dirty 20.
Come on, Reznor. That's a 12.
I believe you have advantage from raging.
Advantage. Right. 22.
22. She leaps at you and attempts to tackle you. You stand strong, and she bounces off your now giant chest. Standing before you. Long blonde hair, braided at the ends, a permanent scowl on her face. Eyes lined with crow's marks, deep lines on her face for her relatively young age, only in her early 30s. I see Roarin Longclaw, the first claw of the shifters, the one who was meant to defend their tribes, and left because she could not handle the debate amongst the different groups. Or at least that's what she said. You've been chasing her for so long, and she's right here. It's your turn, Rez.
So as she bounces off, I'm going to attempt to bear hug and slam her to the ground.
Awesome. Give me a grapple check.
Is that just unarmed strike? Or is that a lot?
No, it's athletics. Gotcha. So with advantage from raging. You need to be to 23.
Got a 15.
All right. You are unable to grapple her. You still have your extra attack. If you want to just hit her.
Yeah, I'm going for a punch. And attack brother unarmed. 25.
That's a hit. You see, she actually goes to knock your strike away with one of her claws and still is unable to stop you. You got her to spend a parry.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the. Oh, sorry. Damage, right? Or
Yes.
she buried. Okay. 9.
9? Hell yeah. You see she is uninjured leaping at you. You do know that she doesn't have that same ability to mitigate injuries that you do when your rage fills you. She's much more of a tactical fighter. Still nothing but strength and anger, are you, Resnor?
He's
I'm going to teach you a lesson. You shouldn't have come to find me. Anything else with your turn? You have your bonus action still, I believe. Or no, you raged with your bonus action.
Yeah, I raged.
Pre-turn, I guess.
And that'll be it.
All right.
Hey, Chip.
Yes.
The audience has granted Resnor a inspiration.
Hell yeah, Rez. You have advantage on one thing if you choose so.
Oh, awesome. Y'all are the best. I'm gonna need it.
All right. She is going to reach down and grab a stick off the ground and begin to smack you with it. Her first attack is a 23.
Yep.
All right. Second attack is a 14.
That does not.
27 hits.
Yep.
24 hits. All right. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 17 for me. This is against fear, if you have anything for that.
Let me check. I do not believe so, but
I also need you to make a strength saving throw, DC 17, or be knocked prone.
go with that. I'm going to use the inspiration on the wisdom save. That's allowed.
Hell yeah.
Cool. 19. No fear.
19. You are not frightened.
And then you said a strength saving throw for the prone?
Yep. Strength saving throw for prone.
22.
Hell yeah. You want to roll that again? Crit check? You have advantage from raging.
That was in that one.
All right.
So
well,
22.
wrong crit in the wrong direction.
Yeah, wrong way.
All right. So you are not knocked prone or frightened of her as she takes this stick and in a flurry of strikes hits you on both shoulders, both knees, dealing 11, 16, 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is that before half or after half?
That's before having.
Ow.
Didn't I always tell you to protect your joints? You should know better than this by now, Resnor. You should have grown instead of chasing after something gone. That is the end of her turn.
Resnor is going to take another swing.
Hell yeah.
And as he
Are
does...
you just using claws still? Or you discarded your axe. You don't have it.
Yeah, I don't have it. I left it on the roof. That.
Oh, actually, in that case, Rez, I should have been having you make saves against Feral State with advantage. My bad. Remember that in the future if you don't have your axe.
Gotcha. That is a 24.
That's a hit. And don't forget that you can make these all bites if you're shifted.
Oh, right.
Unarmed attacks can all be your long tooth
Long
bite.
tooth shifting. Yep. Yeah. This as he swings, he's gonna say, "And I always told you talk too much."
All right, hell yeah!
For 11
Give us
damage.
some damage. Hell yeah! You lunge at her, maw agape, because that's what it is when you're this big. It's a maw, and sink your fangs into her. Give me your second attack if you want, my guy.
So now that I have her in my jaws, can I attempt a grapple to use my full body weight to try and take her down now?
I'm going to say you can do that as a bonus action. Hell yeah.
So
Maybe not always, but this time, yeah.
Another athletics?
Yep, athletics. Opposed. You need to beat a nat 20. You beat her nat 20.
Resner strong.
Yeah, she adds 7 to that.
So yeah, I want to literally.
Right, Swole, you take her to the ground. She is pinned. So mechanically, she'll be making any attacks with disadvantage, and she cannot move until she escapes your pin.
Gotcha. And that didn't take my second attack, correct?
That did not take your second attack. You've got your mouth on her. You can just bite her again. Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for another one. 25.
Give me damage.
10.
10? Nice. I mean, she's still above half health, but she's taking damage significantly. Like, you've got her down. You would guess, based on how much it looks like she's grown since she left. Before she left, this would have taken her to half already. She hasn't grown. She hasn't more than doubled. Or anything.
Yeah, that'll be his EOT.
All right, cool. With you having her pinned, she is going to switch to all unarmed strikes herself, and she is also shifted. So she's going to begin biting you back with disadvantage. Nat 1 doesn't hit. Nat 1 doesn't hit. Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
All right, and that definitely hits. So she hits you with 2 bites for 17 damage, halved to 8.
And Resner goes down.
As she bites into you. You should have fought smarter. You should have learned from when I left. And we're gonna flash back to a day in the Eldine Reaches. It's just another day. There haven't been any raids lately. There's been a little distress between the tribes, but it's stayed political. Nobody's been fighting in the streets as much as you can have streets with, an always moving camp of tents. And Resonant, you awaken. You leave your tent to go and get your orders for the day from the first claw. And as you lift the flap of hers, you can see that she is folding a letter and pushing it back to the back edge of her desk. Oh, Greyback. A little early today.
Wanted to get started early today. I'm excited for the next travel.
Yeah. You've always been enthusiastic, huh? One of these days it should be you wearing this amulet. You're the one with the energy for it. And she sits down on her bed here in the tent. Pats it. Pat's right next to her. Come, have a seat.
I'll go sit.
As you sit, she places one of her paws on top of yours. You can see she is fully shifted, almost more beast than man at this point. You know this amulet empowers her to hold a shift indefinitely. You know, I've actually thought about that. You as First Claw. Have you ever?
Oh, I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. I would do my best to fill if you were to step away.
Yeah, well, if I were to fall, it'd likely be you who filled my shoes. I worry, Resnor, that you won't be ready for it. That raid last week, up in Breland. I know the flame has taken much from us, but there are good people who hold it in their hearts, not just wicked ones. And we cannot afford to be indiscriminate with our anger. We can't afford to be seen that way. People are just beginning to accept that we are not beasts. And I fear... and she looks down at the paw that she has placed on your hand. I fear this legacy is part of the problem. The First Claw's not our leader, but as a representative, it says something for me to be more beast-like than man. I don't mean to burden you with this. Well, I have things that must be doing. Why don't you take a day off? And she reaches up, pats you on the shoulder, and stands up herself and walks out of the tent. And your eyes keep being drawn to that unsealed letter.
He's gonna try and read it.
Yeah. All right, Rez, you go over and you pick up this folded letter. You open it up. And as she walks away from the tent, you hear her steps growing more and more hurried. And you read, "There is no place in the tribes of peace when our peacekeeper is the most harried of all our tribe. There is no place in the world for us if the one we show to the world is not of it. We must change and we must grow. And you cannot grow while I am still here to put the pieces back together with every mistake we make. I am leaving, and I am taking the first fang with me. And you know that is the amulet she wears, the both mark of office and source of extra physical power that she has. Roaring Longclaw.
As he finishes reading.
Do you think Rez would have chased after to stop her?
Yeah.
All right.
I think as soon as he does, he reads it, he takes off. Try and find her.
All right. We're going to take a little bit of a skip there. We skip ahead about an hour when you've found her trail and chased her down outside of the encampment. As she is about to cross the border of the Reaches into Breland. I should have known, Greyback. I should have known you couldn't just let things go. Are we going to do this? Or are you going to let me walk away?
He's gonna look at her. You know I can't just let you leave.
You know I can't let you stop me. And we cut back to the current moment. Reznor, you are lying on the ground, unconscious and bleeding out. I need your first death saving throw.
Death save. 14.
That's one save. I need your second death saving throw.
Natural 20.
Reznor, you pop back up with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And you can see that she is trying to wrap your wounds and doing a horrible job of it. She is distracted. You will have a surprise round if you launch an attack right now. And I will allow you to come into it with rage, with fully feral, if you would like. If there is something else you want to do, please feel free.
So, Reznor's not gonna swing immediately. He is gonna reach up and like his massive hand on her shoulder, and he's gonna say, "Please don't make me keep chasing you."
No one's making you do anything, Reznor. Do you think the tribes would not have accepted a leader after a long enough absence, Fang or not? You could have everything you've dreamed of, but this, and she grabs the amulet but around her neck and shoves the end of it in your face. And yet you followed it all the way here? I am ready to do great things for our people, Reznor. The world needs a villain. I'm ready to be it. And you just won't let me. Reznor, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw. With advantage.
Natural 20 for 22.
My guy. As she casts her one and only spell upon you, fear, you look at this fang, look at her, and see that there is a fundamental misunderstanding in her belief. She thinks you're chasing this necklace and what it means. Now, you tell me, is it the object you're chasing? Have you been chasing the first fang this whole time? Or have you been chasing the first claw?
He's been chasing the first claw.
As this rage at the fact that all of this comes from her not believing that you cared about her fills you, you regain 1/4 of your hit points.
So 32 or 33? No, I'm stupid. I mean, that's 20.
What's your hit point total?
95.
All right. 95. We'll go 33.
33?
Sure. Why not? Oh, wait, no. 32 is rounded. 32 is rounded up. 33 would be rounded up twice. So 32.
Okay.
My bad.
So I've already got my hand on her shoulder. Did she remove that?
She did not.
I'm going to grip harder, and then I want to try and, again, pin her down.
Hell yeah. Give me that athletics check with advantage.
25.
25. Hell yeah.
Oh, you're muted, Chip.
I unplugged my mic by accident
Oh,
because
gotcha.
I got so excited that I started talking with my hands. 24 wasn't enough to pin her down. I'm going to say on 25, you can do that with your bonus action again, actually. Fully feral.
All right, he's going to kind of swap their positions where he's got her on the ground. But he's not
You've got her
going
pinned to the ground. She watches as your wounds clot over instantly. Like, they're not healed, but they're sure as fuck not bleeding. And as you pin her down, what do you say?
He's going to get real close and almost yelling. Is going to say, "You think I care about an object?"
I thought you did. And we're going to cut back to our other scene here. Zenlin, you're carving up wyvern hearts. Great job. And then we're going to move even further east to Jillian and Coca-Cola, who have rolled me initiatives.
Yeah, I rolled a 21, I think.
Yep. 21.
Jill got a 5.
Oof. All right, Coca-Cola, you will be first to act. As this, what you would assume is Goradin assassin speaks into your head. I have to finish the job.
Who, like, what does it look like, the group of people right there? Like, how far away is he from Mayor Brightfoot? Can I put myself in between?
You are all clustered around Lady Brightfoot's now living body. And you see that, yeah, you can put yourself directly between the two of them if you want. You can interpose yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do with my back towards Mayor Brightfoot in like a protective stance. And I want to ask this guy, because I can't mind talk, I'm not that high leveled up or whatever. I want to ask him what the hell is going on. I'll ask him in Dwarven, but like, what actual shit fuck are you doing?
And he responds out loud, "What must be done?" And in your head, he says, "There's a contract on Brightfoot's head that we're fulfilling."
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that part out loud. I guess I could throw hand signs.
I'll say he also says, "Keep your cover."
Man, keep my cover. That's going to put me in a dangerous fucking position. I can't let him kill the mayor, man. I can't do it. I mean, I know like my pledge is to House Kundarak and the Guradin, but like my mission here was told to like keep doing what I'm doing, and I can't like we just brought his wife back. She knows something's wrong. I have to protect him. And plus, my grandfather would never forgive me if I let his friend be murdered in cold blood right in front of me.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you are interposing yourself. I'll say if you want to use your action to grant the benefits of dodge to the mayor, you can. If you want to use your action to give him a dodge, disengage, or anything.
I will use my action to cast the sanctuary spell on the mayor. That's what I'll use my action to do.
All right.
I don't know what the different level is, but
I think it's the same for every level for sanctuary. I don't think it upcasts.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I was like, it's up at my second. I'm warlock shit, Yeah.
And sanctuary, do you get sanctuary from alarms and wards?
No.
Okay. I wasn't
It's not part of wards and seals. No, it's one of my actual like warlock spells.
Gotcha. Then yeah, you throw a sanctuary on him.
Yep.
Great move for protecting the mayor.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Do you want to use your bonus action to... Can you dodge with a bonus action as a rogue?
Yeah.
Just disengage dash.
It should be dodge, disengage, all of that stuff. Hold on. I'll look.
Would you like to bonus action dodge or anything?
Let's see. No, I will just, if I get attacked, I will use my reaction to uncanny.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. You see he draws what you originally thought was like a stirring stick from the meadery from his belt, flicks it, and it extends into a spike-like weapon, similar to your own and your mother's.
Okay.
And he is going to step to your right. I'll say this provokes an AOO, since we're in theater of the mind.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna. If he provokes,
and he is within 5 feet of Jillian as well.
Oh yeah, I don't like that at all.
Well, I'm saying for your sneak attack.
Wow. Well, that's 11. again. Yeah.
Yeah. Nat 1's not going to hit, unfortunately. But yeah, he jumps around you and is going to attempt to attack the mayor. I believe there's a save against Sanctuary.
Yep, it is a wisdom against my spell save DC.
Cool. And your spell save DC is
16. It is 16.
All right. Wisdom is not one of his better saves. He doesn't have proficiency in it, so this is just a plus. This is a +0. And that is a 5. So he is not able to attack the mayor, and does redirect his attack to Jillian.
Okay.
Jill does a 19 hit you.
It does.
All right. Unfortunately, this assassin has the assassinate feature. Any hit that it scores against a... Oh, no, Jill, you're not surprised because you made that perception check. My bad. That's just a hit. Ignore me. It is going to get sneak attack since you have not acted yet, unfortunately, but that's still way better than a crit. 7. Jill, you're going to take 22 damage, and I need you to make a con save.
Okay.
DC 15.
17.
17. You are only going to take half of this poison damage. Oh, and you have a belt of giant strength. Does that give you anything for poison?
It's a
Yeah,
belt of
this-
dwarven kind, and it should be resistance. Right?
Yeah, she does have resistance.
Okay, so you'll take half of this half damage. That's a lot of 6s. 18, 35. All right, so that's 35 halved to 17, halved again to 8. You take a total of 8 poison damage.
Okay.
As this Goradine assassin leaps to attack the mayor, and when he finds he cannot, shoves the spike into your back instead. It'll be the lady's turn to act. She cannot stand up from prone because she doesn't have working legs, but she is within 5 feet. She's going to draw her sword from her side and swing at this assassin with disadvantage. She has a +7 to hit here. And is going to do it. Jill and Coca-Cola, make me a religion check.
I will say I would have made mention to the mayor to, kind of try to get out of there. I don't want him to break sanctuary if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I assumed you said something like that to him when you cast Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Joe rolled a nat 1 on religion. It just blows my mind.
Oof.
I got 12, I think. Yeah, 12.
Jill, you can tell there's some sort of magic coming off her sword as she hits. Coca-Cola, you can tell it's some sort of divine magic.
She's a paladin.
I mean, does this handful of D8s I'm holding tell you that?
Yes, you smite his ass. Smite him.
15, 21, 28, 31. This assassin is bloodied with 40 damage.
Good. Fuck his ass up.
You made me roll steel. I haven't had to do that in years. You bastard. And that is going to go to Jill.
All right. Jillian's going to immediately cast Aid.
Hell yeah. So that's a
She's-
+5 hit point max. Who are you giving it to?
Let's see. She's going to cast it at. She's going to cast it at 4th level. So that gives everyone
Hell yes.
15.
Hell yes. And you're giving I'm guessing Coca-Cola, the lady, and the mayor.
Yes. And let's see what I can do as a bonus action.
So that's
Bonus action.
15 to their hit point max.
And let me just see if there's anything I can do. Nope, that would be a spell.
No.
I guess.
All right, Jill.
Yeah,
I want to give you a little bit of. I want to tell you just how great that was here. You have just more than quadrupled the mayor's hit points. The mayor has commoner stats with relevant expertise. He has 4 hit points.
All right. And Jillian, the only other thing she could do is use her Moontouch sword on the bastard that's tried to stab her in the back.
I do believe aid is a full action, is it not?
Oh, yeah. And I was going to, oh, that's right. It is a bonus action. I can't really do anything else. Yeah, spiritual weapon.
Is
spells.
Aid, so aid is a action, correct? I'm not wrong about that.
Yeah, that is an action because I should have used my reaction to cast Guiding Bolt, but I forgot that I had a reaction when he stabbed me in the back.
I don't think you can use your reaction to have cast Guiding Bolt as it is.
Warcaster, you have the opportunity attack. Yeah, 1 action.
Oh yeah, my bad. My bad.
Creature.
You would have gotten an opportunity attack when he stabbed you. Is more what I meant.
Yeah. But that's it.
Throw this aid up, which is huge.
Yeah, because that'll heal back whatever damage she's taken. It'll take her from 1 hit point up to at least 16 now.
Yep.
Huzzah.
She has 16 hit points. The mayor has 19. You guys have a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah. Got to add
and that's end of turn for you, Bill.
That's it. End of turn.
All right, Coca-Cola.
Question.
Answer.
Magic Stone says you can do up to 3 pebbles, which I do have 3 on me that I did already. Is it 3 separate attacks if I have the 3, or is it just 1?
So you have to throw the stones as their own attack. It's separate. So
similar to
you have 3 pieces of ammunition. And you can hand those ammunition off to other creatures if you want as well.
Yeah, I know that. I just
it's 3 separate attacks.
If I was able to roll all 3, kind of like how you do Eldritch Blast 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what I didn't know if it would work like that or not.
I gotcha.
Okay. All right, so I guess I'm going to just hit him with my sword, hopefully.
Oh, I'm sorry. At the bottom of the initiative order, the mayor begins to run. Full sprint. down towards town.
Towards my grandfather's, hopefully.
Yeah,
at
towards
least.
your grandfather's.
Okay, so 16 for the first hit. Does that hit?
16. Sorry, 1 second here. I gotta switch back to the right stat block. 16 does hit.
Okay. All right,
Actually, you see he's not wearing the armor that a Goradine assassin would traditionally be. Clearly, he's trying to blend in.
Right. You swing my second, and then I'll total up all the damage. All right. All right, so 18. So if a 16 hit, then an 18 would too. Okay.
Yep. And that's with your bonus action attack?
Yeah. One, my regular action, my bonus action, attack both.
Okay. Just
And
trying to
then-
keep track of the action economy.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm just trying to make all the dice rolls at once.
Yep.
All right. And sneak, which is all the way fucking down here. There we go. Okay. So that's 28, 38 damages.
How you want to do this? Between a max level smite with 4 8s rolled and that sneak attack, you've done exactly his hit points.
Okay, good. I will probably say something in Dwarvish, under my breath, along the lines of, you chose the wrong day to carry out this mission, friend. Go to the stone with peace. That's all I got. Goodbye. Sayonara, motherfucker.
I'm going to say he's down. There's no other enemies in the area if you want to double tap, or I can roll death saves for him.
Oh, no. I got to take him completely out. Like, there can't be any leftover body parts. He's going to get buried underneath of the other guy in the garden, and his weapons are getting destroyed. Like,
No
he's going to be
evidence.
pushing zero evidence. Nobody knows I came across him. I had no idea his mission was being carried out. It's just going to be, we're never speaking of this again.
All right, so you're going for the double tap.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You kill him, and
Good.
you see. I'm going to say as you go to swing the sword a second time, you see the Lady Brightfoot reaching out, hand glowing with healing light, about to stabilize him.
No, I won't let her.
Cool.
No.
She looks at you. We needed to know who sent him. What he's doing here. Why he was after my husband.
Well, Lady Brightfoot, I think you should be more focused on healing, and let's get your legs working again. We'll deal with the rest of that. I will personally deal with the rest of that.
Give me a persuasion check. Low DC. I'm going to say advantage also because you just killed the guy who was trying to kill her husband, actually. You need to not roll a 3 on this, is the goal.
I got 2 13s. That's got to be lucky.
Oh.
25.
Hell yeah. 25, You will? You swear it?
Yes, ma'am.
And she just sort of collapses back against the ground. Her sword falls to her side. This was supposed to be a retirement. And she begins to sob. We'll cut from there back over to Reznor one last time. Reznor, what you doing, bud? You have just pinned her to the ground, and I believe you still have both of your attacks after that bonus action.
He's gonna have her pinned after he said, do you think I really care about an object? Is not gonna attack, but he's kind of gonna have her by both shoulders and shake her a little bit. And he's gonna say,
All right.
I never cared about the Fang.
Give me intimidate or persuasion.
I'll go persuasion because I don't think he's trying to intimidate right now. Oh, dirty 20.
Hell yeah. You see a little bit of the anger leaves her eyes, and she says, really? It was... Why? Why? Reznor, I can't. You can't be here. It's not safe. There are things happening that you can't be here for. And that's where we're going to cut. Thank you all for joining us. This has been another episode of Heroes and Hooligans, Gilded Destinies. And I say there's been a good bit of recovery and quite a bit of revelation in this episode. Let's see next week how our party handles all this new information. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.